You ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Thirsty Thursday live stream. As you can see, and as you know from the thumbnail, we've got Jack here with us tonight.
What's going on, everybody?
I hope you all have got your questions and some answers ready, because Jack is going to have some questions, because we have an announcement to make tonight. We're going to hold off on that just for a minute while we get started here. And I give Jack a big thank you for bringing me tonight's selection for the Thirsty Thursday live stream. And we've got some Four Roses small batch select coming in at 104 proof. Jack says he may partake with me tonight.
I'll take a shot. I can't sip it like you.
He's going to take a shot, so he doesn't know how to drink bourbon.
I don't.
Well, I don't think Dan's in here yet, but I gave Dan a lesson on that a while back. A shot. Is that enough?
That's perfect.
All right. So I just want to say welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. That's some good stuff there. He's chasing it. But anyway, let's see who's in here tonight. I know I saw Andrew says he can't hang out for long. He doesn't know how long he's going to be able to hang out. So hopefully he can stay for a little bit. But if not, thanks for stopping by here. We appreciate it. Tony's here from TC's Outdoors. Larry and Robin, how are you doing? I see Jeff and Patty in here from Mountaintop Outdoors. I just gave Jack his sticker that you sent for him, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
So he will be putting that, I guess, on the 916.
Yep, they were going back of the splitter with everybody else's stickers.
So it'll be on the Easton Made 916. And TB's in here. Ty Man, how are you, my friend? Just trying to go through and grab some people here. I did see somebody in here that Magic Horseman from Chester, West Virginia. Thanks for stopping by here tonight. Ben, my good friend Ben, how are you? Hope all is well with you, buddy. Mark Wakeland, Camp's Corner, Ease Firewood, lots of people in here. We're up to 49 already. So, as always, if you are new here, we would ask you to type new in the chat so that all of these great people that are here with us tonight can welcome you properly to the live stream. And if you have a question, type some Q, capital Q, or some Q's in front of it. That'll help me pick it out of the chat. Sometimes the chat gets going fast, and I don't have my sidekick Taylor here to keep me in line tonight. So she had a softball game this evening. It went into extra innings, and they ended up losing 2-1. It was a good game, though. So she'll be back here soon. Shibe, how you doing, buddy? I hope everything is going as well as it can be for you, my friend. I'm going to have to reach out to you tomorrow and chat. But yeah, let's get this thing going here. So I've got a few notes here I'm going to be referring to. But before we get started, the big announcement tonight is, do you want me to tell them or do you want to tell them? I think you should tell them.
I could tell them.
All right.
So I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I have started a YouTube channel. There's a couple videos on there already. It's Log Cabin Outdoors. Actually, no. I'm sorry. It's Log Cabin Firewood. Log Cabin Firewood. I got a couple videos on there. It's pretty much just, I'm starting to sell some firewood. I got a little roadside stand doing some bundles. I borrowed Brad's design on his little bundle stand where he has to do it by hand. And I also use TC Outdoors design where he tapered the front edges. You know, I'm learning from YouTube, learning from everybody in this community. It's great. I love learning from each other. It's an awesome community we have here. But I'm going to do a new video every Saturday, 6:30 a.m. It's not always going to be about firewood. We have a beautiful log cabin. I have to do some prep on the logs here soon. So we're going to be doing some sanding and some staining. I'll show you a little bit of log cabin maintenance that I have to do. House was built in 91. The people before us really didn't take very good care of it. So, you know, we're playing catch up. But yeah, we're just going to document a little bit about my life and what we do, how we do it, and do it together.
Yeah, so you all know what your role here is tonight, and we're going to bring this up a couple more times throughout the stream as more people jump on here. But when we started the stream tonight, he was at 55 subscribers. Our goal tonight is to get him over 100. So there's the link on the screen in the banner there, and I see Shibe put the link in the chat as well. So go ahead and take a minute. You can jump over there real quick and subscribe to Jack's channel, Log Cabin Firewood, and let's give him a little love tonight and get him over that 100 mark. You all know Jack from the videos that I put out when I first met him after the fellowship at the Furnace Day. He brought his 916 to the event, and a lot of you met him there. He's a great guy, and he is learning the YouTube process. He reached out to me after his first video or two and said he's learning how to do all this. And I told him not to sweat it. It's a process. You'll get a little better each time, and you'll learn from the things that you want to improve on. But he's going to put out a lot of good content. You'll see the old corn conveyor that came from my yard over at his yard. He's still using that.
Still got firewood at the furnace on it.
It's still, so he originally said that he wasn't going to take my logo. He wasn't going to take my logo off of it. But now that he's got his own channel and he's got a name and he's going to have a logo, I'm just going to have to give him a couple extra of my stickers so that he can put it on there and put his own branding where mine currently is. So you're up to 75 already there, wow. Jack.
Thank you,
So
everybody.
here we go.
That's
Tim
awesome.
Stout said he's up to 75. So the goal is to get him over 100. I know it's coming up on, we're getting into the warmer weather season and summer's coming. The days are getting longer. So it's still daylight out here in Maryland. So I'm sure some people will jump on here in a little bit. But yeah, that's going to be a good thing. So I wanted to use this time, now that we've made the announcement, to either get questions from you all to Jack, or for Jack to ask you all some questions, because I know that he has some. But before we get into that, I just want to have Jack tell you how he got started in this firewood thing and where he plans to go with it.
So when I bought the log cabin, it's very expensive to heat that thing with the electric heat pump. So we switched over to wood. My grandparents always heated with wood. It was something I always wanted to do when I bought a home, so we did. And I had an old Troy built 27-ton splitter. You know, we had that for 9 years. And watching YouTube of the evenings, I always saw Easton made. That's what I've always wanted. I was looking at the 511, but then a buddy of mine at work was looking on Marketplace. He's an old farm boy, and that's all he does is look on Marketplace for cool stuff. And he sent me a message one night. He said, "Hey, the splitter's up here, you know, about an hour and a half away from you. It's a 916. He said, "Check it out." I messaged the guy, and right away, I just asked him, I said, "What size ball is on that hitch?" I didn't even ask him. I didn't even question his money or what he wanted for it. I just said, "What size ball is on the hitch?" He said, "A 2-inch. I said, "I'll be there tomorrow at noon." So my wife and I, we drove right up there after I got off work, picked the thing up. And I tell you, from the box store splitter to the Easton made, it's just night and day difference. The log lift really saves your back. I have a 4-way wedge on mine. I also have a 6-way wedge, but I prefer the 4-way. It makes cleaner wood. One day I would like to graduate to a box wedge, but that's in the future. Some of the things I want to do in the future, I can do about 20 cord right now per year. I have space to store. I don't really have a bunch of storage rooms. So 20 cord plus what I keep for ourselves. That's probably what we're going to shoot to sell. And then we did just set up a roadside stand, as you'll see in, I believe, my second video. Sales, I've sold 9 bundles so far. I mean, we just put it up last week, Thursday, and over the weekend we sold 9. And hi, Teresa, I see you.
So Teresa, we'll throw your comment up here. She just subscribed to my channel. She just now subscribed to my channel.
Yeah.
And she thinks she knows you.
Yeah.
So tell everybody who that is.
That's my stepmom. And she is in Greenville, South Carolina.
Well, welcome, Teresa. Glad you joined in. hope you're enjoying seeing Jack here, and I appreciate the sub to my channel. We're going to grow his channel here tonight. And as far as your bundle stand goes, you've got a campground right down the street.
There is a campground less than a mile away. So that was kind of like the idea behind this. Got a lot of people driving down there when the weather breaks. So I said, let's throw a bundle stand out here and see what happens. So, I mean, I've sold 9 bundles so far, and I'm matching Brad's prices. I'm really close to him. And when I first met Brad, I said, look, I'm planning on selling some firewood too. Is this okay? I don't want to step on toes. I'm the least competitive person in the world. I just want to get along with everybody and just have fun and, you know, share the wealth, I guess.
So me and Jack have had this conversation several times because he seems to be very concerned about stepping on toes or interfering with what I'm doing. And I told him, this is a hobby for me. A little bit of extra money in my pocket is nice, but I'm doing this for not only exercise, but to keep me busy, to keep my mind busy, to keep me closer to my mom. And, you know, the YouTube thing has been awesome. And he's getting ready to find all that out as well. I mean, he already knows the YouTube community because he interacts with all of us on here now, but he's going to get to see it from another side once his channel gets going and you all start interacting with him on his own channel. But I am in no way concerned about what he does. I will probably refer some of my customers to him when and if I sell out this year. And I'm sure he will do the same. And I think we can probably work together. I know he's going to have a good quality product and a clean product, as I try to have. So there are no worries there, my friend.
And in my free time, I love coming over to his wood yard and helping him out.
Yeah, man, he's been over quite a few times. And I think I'm not going to give too much away, but there's going to be another little thing coming up here. He'll be there helping, but there'll be somebody else there too that you'll have to watch the channel to see. I got a couple questions here for you, Jack. Are you planning on going to the Paul Bunyan show?
Yep, I booked that, I think, 2 months ago. And I'm also going to Boonville.
Boonville. Yep. We had these conversations as well, and he's staying at the Fairfield Inn at Paul Bunyan, where the whole party was last year. And I'm sure that's where the party will be this year as well. So Jack will be there, and he'll get to have a great time with us.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I bet.
I just want to meet everybody.
Yep, I bet it's going to be bigger and better than it was last year.
Right on.
Question from Joe here. Is Brady watching the NFL draft? Are the Ravens going to get some help for Lamar Jackson, assuming they give him a new contract? Well, Brady's not watching the draft because he's just getting done baseball practice. So he'll be home here shortly. I did see today, though, that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have come to an agreement. I'm not going to dive too deep into that because I have some personal feelings about that whole situation, but it's just whatever. I'll leave it at that. I'm catching up on the chat here. Yep, safe driving, Andrew. He said that he's driving. He can't watch, but he can listen. So keep your eyes on the road, buddy. Good to see you here, by the way, there, Joe. Catching up here. Another question from Mountaintop Outdoors. Are you planning on doing stickers as well?
Yes, Jeff and Patty. I'm going to do stickers here soon. I keep asking Brad everything. I feel like I bug him all the time, but he's doing this. So I'm like, you know, where are you getting stickers? Where are you getting your banners, advertising? I want to do shirts and hats. I'm a hat guy. I don't have a hat on now. I wanted to look good for the live stream. But yeah, I plan on doing stickers, and I will send you guys one.
Yeah, so he keeps asking me questions about how to do different things, and I told him, anything you want, I will help you with. People helped me along the way when I started this thing, and eventually he's going to get to the point where he's going to have to help the next guy. So we say it all the time about how great this community is, but we all pay it forward to each other, and he's just in the beginning of his process, and once he gets his stuff nailed down, there'll be somebody along the way that he can help out as well. So Shib is throwing the link up for Jack's channel.
Ozzy, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. I love you too, man. I hope you're doing great.
So Jack's bringing some more people into the community here. So how you doing, Ben? Good to see you. There's Will. WD30, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, Mr. Will?
I hope everything is going okay after your little accident there. I was glad to hear that you were not injured. Jack and I were just talking about that there before we went live. So hope everything's working out there with that. Carolina Tractor Works. Bucky says, I would be happy to send Jack a sticker or two. So do you have an email address for your YouTube channel?
I do. It's logcabinfirewood83@gmail.
Let me put that in here.
Also,
all one word?
Yes.
Logcabinfirewood83@gmail. Yep. All right. So there in the chat is his email address. I don't put my mailing address out on YouTube or in the chat. So send Jack an email. I'm sure you would prefer it that way too.
Yeah, and then we can discuss things privately.
Yep, and you can exchange addresses and send Jack a sticker. He's just starting out, so let's load that 916 up with a bunch of YouTube stickers. How about that?
Absolutely.
All right. That's awesome. Welderman 1221. We love you too. All us Woodhounds, we got an awesome thing going on here. It's one of the only places that I've found you can come and have all positive energy.
100%.
No negativity whatsoever, no politics, no drama. Every once in a while we start to get off track and start to go down that path, but I try to steer it back on course and keep everything on the up and up here because it's a welcome break from what's going on in the world. TB says, I have a log cabin also. Looking forward to seeing your content. Jack, did you get a chance to run my 2228 at the Firewood at the Furnace Fellowship?
I'll be honest with you. I was like overwhelmed that whole day with how many people were there and how many machines were there and the saws and just everything that was going on. I didn't get a chance to run it. I didn't even get a chance to run the 1222 that day or the Axis. I just stuck with mine all day. I really wanted to knock out that pile of wood that he had sitting in front of my machine.
Well, you and WD, that's where you guys kind of started your friendship.
Yeah, he and I are best friends for life now. He helped me. He helped me out a good bit in the afternoon.
Yep. You really should have got on the other machines though. The 2228 is a beast. The Axis is just an awesome machine.
I watched the TB's machine. I watched it working, and it just pushes through anything.
Yep.
Anything you feed it, it doesn't even bog down. It just goes.
Yeah, and speaking of that, of pushing through anything, if you didn't check out Andrew's video that came out, Easton Made Wood Splitters, on the 37D with the attached conveyor, he's teasing us a little bit about which Woodhound is going to be getting this machine. Check that video out and leave a comment below on who you think is getting it. I have my assumptions, and there's been quite a few guesses on there, but see what you think. That 37D with the attached conveyor is an absolute beast. It's been called a limousine tank.
It's definitely a stretch. It's stretched out.
A limousine tank.
Thing's pretty cool.
So that'll be coming soon to YouTube, and we'll all get to see who is the new owner of that machine, who's going to be showing us some content on that. So, hey, we got a super chat. Mr. Ben Scholes, here is part of a decent grade bottle of whiskey. Well, thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. Cheers. That is awesome. Ease Firewood said he just subscribed to your channel, Jack.
Thank you, Ease.
Somebody let us know what we're up to. I think the last one I saw was 75. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you tonight about an order that I received this week, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it on next Wednesday's video when it comes out. But I had a customer call me this week who ordered 6 cord from me last year. And has contacted me since, and him and his wife were very happy with the product that they got. And he called me and asked me if I would be interested in, he watches the channel. He sees how I process my wood, splitting it in the 1222, going up the conveyor into the dump trailer, and then I back the dump trailer up and stack it. He messaged me and said, would you be willing to split wood right into your trailer, bring it to me, and stack it? And I said, yes, I'm sure we could work something out like that. How much wood were you thinking about? And he told me 10 full cord. He wants 10 full cord of wood. He said, I can start bringing it whenever I want throughout the summer. He wants it stacked. So what we've came to an agreement, and what we've decided to do is, obviously I'm giving him a little break on the price of the wood because I'm not stacking it at the yard. I'm not seasoning it at the yard. It's going right in the trailer and right out to the delivery. But I am stacking it, so there's a little bit of an extra cost there, so it almost balances out. And so I will be doing that throughout the summer. Once the yard gets filled up, I'm going to have 10 cord going out, and I won't even touch my supply for the fall. So that'll definitely is going to up my sales this year. So I know some of you split right into the trailers and deliver it right away. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything or missing anything on that. It's going to be the first time I've ever done this. I normally don't sell green wood. I don't sell wood that's ready to burn, but he knows what he's getting, and we've come to a good agreement there on that. Matt Weimer, how you doing, buddy? Out on overtime again. I know you're probably sitting on the highway in a lane closure or something with your lights flashing and making the big dollars. So stay safe, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the live stream and hope you can hang out for a little bit. Happy Thirsty Thursday from Sheridan, Wyoming. Sneak 66. How are you doing tonight? And welcome to the live stream from Wyoming. I haven't seen your name in here before. Are you new? If you're new, type new in the chat so that everybody else can say hello and welcome.
Hey, Steven. Thanks for tuning in, brother.
Where are we at?
Right here.
Stephen King. Jack Jr., the man.
That's my brother-in-law.
All right.
He's also in South Carolina.
All right. How you doing, Stephen? Good to see you here. Jack called out all the stops to show his YouTube live stream premiere. Open Air Adventure just got here. How you doing? Glad you could make it in. Matt said I hit the nail on the head. Lane closure on 95. It was either that or an escort. You know who this person is?
Jenny, I love you, girl. Thanks for coming.
All right. Cool. So Camping Creek is in here. You're up to 92 subs, Time Man says. We're going to get you there, buddy.
Right on. I appreciate it. I'm going to try and keep content creative. Just have fun, showing you what I do. I work a lot of hours at my full-time job. I work for a railroad around here, and I pretty much live there. And the way my brain is and the way I am, like if I'm not moving or doing something, I'm not happy. So Firewood gives me that opportunity to just keep moving, and you can always see your progress. Like if you only can split a couple rounds that day, you still see those couple rounds split. Yeah. So, you know, your pile's always diminishing and your stacks are always growing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I think that is like probably the glue that sticks this community together is everybody is of the same mentality that they like to work. They like to be busy. They like to see, you know, the result of their work. And, you know, we all have good work ethic if we're part of this community, because I can tell you one thing, nobody who is lazy is dealing with firewood. And if they are, it's for a very short amount of time.
And everybody that showed up at the fellowship at the furnace
worked.
Every single person at least touched something that day.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
I loved it.
Joe Dodge, Firewood from the sawmill. What types of saws do you run? I'm assuming he's talking to you, Jack.
So I have the Mac Daddy Steel 500i, the best chainsaw out there on the market right now. Before that, I ran an old 044 mag. I still have that saw. Great running saw. I just prefer the 500, but I switch back and forth between them. I also have one of the Holtz Pharma 660 Pros, the one with the cool like carbon fiber body on it. I'm not a fan of that saw. It runs, but it's just not. it's not, you get what you pay for with those saws.
Yeah.
My opinion. It's if that's all you can get it. It is a good saw. It's just not what I'm into. I also have a small MS250. That's kind of like my lemon saw. I want to get another 500i. That way I can,
Really?
like, if I run one out of gas, I can go right to the other. I watch Chris in the Woodyard a lot, and a lot of what I do, I've developed from him. So it's like he has multiple saws. He has them all sharp, has them all filled up, gassed up. When one runs out, he goes right to the next. That way you're not wearing out your equipment. So that's kind of something I want to build up to, but we'll see what happens. Those saws aren't cheap.
Yeah, I've going back to the clone saws, the Chinese chainsaws. I've built a couple of those saws. I built the 460 and the 660 clone, and he's right. You get what you pay for, but they do run. The carburetors need adjustment a lot more often than an OEM saw. Some of the parts are a little weaker and a little cheaper than others, but like with everything else, you get what you pay for. But I have cut a good bit of wood with those clone saws, so nothing wrong with having one of those laying around.
Well, that was what I got. I had a huge maple dropped off on my property, and my 44, it was just struggling. So I said, let me go on here, and I shopped around. I said, let me get this 660. I put a 36-inch bar on that thing, and it ate right through it. But I don't know how you run that 32-inch bar.
Yeah, you can't run it for long, especially that Holtz form of bar. It's so heavy.
I know you're supposed to stand up and buck, but I just dig it in the dirt all the time.
Oh, so, you're talking about the 500 with the long bar.
Yeah.
Well, if you notice, I did switch over to the 25, and I've been running that for a little while now. I can come close to standing up and buck with the 25-inch bar, but I am slightly bent over. So depending on how tall you are, I guess depends on if you want to stand up, how long of a bar you need.
And we're both pretty tall guys.
Yeah. Sneak 66 said that it's the first time on the chat, but a long time viewer of the channel. Well, welcome. Glad you're here for the first live stream. Everybody give a warm welcome to Sneak 66. That's cool. Glad you were able to stop by tonight. It's all good times here.
There's my dad. Hey,
right
Dad.
here, Charles. Proud of your boy. Well, that's good.
Love you, Dad. Thanks for watching.
Yep. That's awesome. Let's see what's going on here. Hardworking man, Heath, how you doing? Just got home from your son's baseball practice. He says hello to everyone. It is that time of year. Baseball and softball are in full swing. Taylor's playing high school softball. As soon as that ends, she rolls right into travel softball, and Brady season kicks off this weekend. Speaking of this weekend, don't forget, if you're able to attend, Joe at Ohio Woodburner is having his open house, and it looks like it's going to be a great event. He is moving to his new wood yard, and you're going to have a chance to see some great equipment down there. Hopefully the weather holds out for him. It looks like a lot of rain coming in this weekend for here in Maryland and up in Jersey. I talked to Joe a couple days ago on the phone, and he said that it looked like Saturday might just be cloudy without much rain. So hopefully that holds true and the weather doesn't change for him down there. But for those of you who are going, I hope you have a great time. If Brady's baseball tournament does get rained out, I may make the trip that day, depending on when we get notified that it's canceled. So I'm not sure who all is going. I know Dan from Back 40 is going to go. Quite a few other people. But if you're going, drop it in the chat so everybody in the room here can see who's going to be there. Camping Creek said he's up to 213 subscribers. When he first came to the channel, he was at 33. He's grateful to this wonderful community. So Camping Creek, if you're not subscribed to his channel, there's another one you can help out and show some love to. Firewood Hut has a question. I'm not sure how much he can answer or how detailed he can get, but he wants to know if you work for Norfolk Southern, East Palestine is a half hour away from him.
I don't work for any freight railroads. You can probably
narrows
guess
it down
from there. I just don't want to say it.
Yep, I get it.
They're very weird about how we talk about who we work for.
Yeah. Oh, Keith Long. There is Keith. Hello, saying hello to Heath there. That is Keith, who showed up to my wood yard in this past week's video all the way from Colorado. Great, great dude. Awesome to hang out. Even though we only had a few hours with each other, I feel like we got a lot accomplished, not only physically, but talking to each other and learning about each other. He's going to be starting up a channel here. If you didn't catch my video, he doesn't have a name for it yet, but he's going to have a lot of great content, not just firewood, but a lot of great content that you're going to be able to check out. So Keith Long, I know you told me that you don't normally jump on the live streams, but it's great to see you here, my friend. And hopefully we can catch up again in the future. I know we had some talks about maybe getting out that way eventually.
And Keith, that was definitely a awesome road trip you took.
Yeah. So
it was a major detour to come down here to go back home. I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So he had a work conference up in Canada, I think near Ontario, he said.
It was close.
He swung through Easton Made and did the factory tour at Easton Made Wood Splitters. And then on his way back, he stopped at Nebraska Woodsters up there at Mike's, and they did a video together as well. Got some wood processed. And then on his way home, he came via New York and down the East Coast corridor here and was able to swing into my yard. So that was awesome. Always cool to meet new people. I've never met a bad person. I mean, everybody, Paul Bunyan, anybody that I met at the fellowship, Keith stopping by, all cool people. TC's Outdoors with a super chat.
I got to get one. Hold on.
Fill them up, fellas. Jack is empty, so it was good timing there, Tony. I'm going to do this, and then I'll fill it up. He went over to the beer fridge. Once he gets filled up, we'll do cheers to TC's Outdoors here.
Definitely. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you, Tony.
I got to be careful tonight because I have to qualify for my retirement credentials tomorrow at the range.
As long as you've been shooting, you should be able to do it with your right hand.
Well, I don't shoot as much as I used to now, but I do have to qualify once a year to keep my permit, my retirement credentials, so that I can carry. Cool. So thank you, Tony. Hogs Logs is in here. I didn't see you there. He's saying hi to Jeff and Patty. It's good to see you, my friend. TC's Outdoors. He says he's got a G372 Pro clone, and it's been a pain to keep running. It seems like some of them are really good, and then some of them can be really bad. It's kind of luck of the draw on those things. I guess the tolerances and how they're built, and
like you said, it's like a constant carburetor adjustment.
Yeah. I mean, some people say that when you buy those saws, that there's a couple things that you should go ahead and switch out right away. Carburetor is one of them. The chain tensioner is another one, because it seems like the chain tensioners constantly loosen up on them. But it's a luck of the draw thing, and like I said, they're cheap enough that, if you get a good year out of one, you've kind of got your money's worth. Mm-hmm. Dick from Old Guy Firewood, how are you, my friend? Good to see you here. Hardworking man Taylor is killing it. She had a awesome 3 or 4 game streak there. She went 3 for 4 with 3 doubles and an RBI one game, couple doubles another game. She got really hot. She settled down a little bit, but she's still doing well. That hot streak was something, though. I'm telling you, it was awesome. She'll get back in the groove here soon. Is it just me, or is there no video? I don't know. I don't see anybody else saying anything. Yeah, try refreshing your screen there. Sometimes that helps. Question for you from Charles. Hey, Junior, what is the most difficult wood to split? I know the answer to that.
Sweet gum. So the 2 tree service guys, I don't have the luxury of having an awesome tree guy like Brad. But the two tree guys I deal with, they cut anything and everything, and they offer stuff to me all the time. And they're like, "Hey, we've got this. We think it's oak." Well, they think it's oak, but it's sweet gum, and I'm like, "No, it's horrible. It's good camp firewood. I split it for myself, and I keep my little lean-to filled next to the my bonfire pit, but it's not very good wood. It's so stringy.
Sweet gum burns good.
The 916 like pushes right through it. The box store, I had a hard time with that.
Yeah, I mean, sweet gum burns well. It's decent firewood once you get it split. It's intertwined grain, and it does not make pretty firewood by any means.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Not at
it's
all.
a mess. It comes out crazy when you run it through the splitter. But I 100% agree with you. Sweet gum, I don't deal with.
I take what I can get. Beggars can't be
Well,
choosers
you know
right
what?
now.
And I did too in the beginning when I first started dealing with a couple tree services, not the one I'm using now. But I got a couple loads of some really trashy, bad stuff. And got to the point where I thought I'm not going to deal with any tree service wood. But thankfully, over time, I was able to develop this relationship that I have now, and it's working out good. And hopefully, you'll get there too. You will. They'll get to know what you like. They'll get to know.
Oh, they know what I like now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they definitely take care of me.
Yep. Open Air Adventure. Keith is an awesome guy, and he can't wait for the log cabin build. So he bought some property in New Mexico and is going to be building a log cabin on YouTube once he gets his channel going.
That's going to be awesome.
Yep. That'll be some cool content.
I watch homesteading stuff all the time, and I think that's good content.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to source the logs and make them yourself. It sounds like you have some pretty cool equipment, Keith. So that'll be awesome to document all that.
Yep. Old Guy Firewood said he joined late. Is there a link to Jack's channel? Yes, sir, there is. It's right here for you. And Shibe was putting it in the comments earlier. I know you can't click on this link that's on the screen, but maybe somebody can drop that back in there again. Log cabin firewood. So that's what we're looking for. I think I lost my spot here. Try to find it again. Well, if I missed a question, because the chat kind of jumped ahead on me, just throw it back in there and we'll get to it. Jack needs 6 more subs. You must be at 94.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, everyone.
So if you're just joining us, where I see we're up to 102 viewers now, if you're just joining us, head on over to Jack's channel and give him some love. Subscribe to his channel. We're trying to get him over 100 subs tonight. Log cabin firewood. Eric, what is the flavor tonight? The flavor tonight, courtesy of Jack here, he came bearing gifts for the live stream, is 4 Roses small batch select. It's 104 proof and it's mighty tasty.
Oh, look. Hi, T. I'm glad you're still watching.
She's still here. She's putting the link in for everybody.
Thanks, honey.
There you go. Jimbo, Brad, really enjoy your tunes you put together for shorts and videos. Blackfoot the other day was kicking it. Yeah, I'm kind of like a classic rock guy. I do like some country music, but classic rock is kind of my go-to. Jack is a hardcore rock guy. When he puts his music on in the wood yard, he is rocking out.
I'm a metalhead. But I listen to everything. I can go all the way back to like 90s hip hop. You know, I like it all. I don't do much country, but I can still appreciate it because I'm a musician myself. I've played guitar for, I don't know, since I was 12 years old. Thanks, Dad. Dad got me my first guitar. It was a Yamaha Pacifica. I remember it. And it's just, music is life. And I rock the 3M Work Tune headphones. And I need to figure out, because I record with my phone, I need to figure out another way to where while I'm recording, I can still have music in my ears. So maybe I need to get another phone and hook it up to the Wi-Fi and then pump the jams into my headphones.
Yeah, I know that you can get the headphones that have an antenna that you can listen to the radio on it, but that's probably not what you're.
The radios, I can appreciate it all, and it's music just makes the day go by. Kills time. But I listen to a lot of podcasts too. I love serial killer podcasts, true crime. I love all that stuff. Conspiracy theories. There's all kinds of podcasts on Spotify that I tune in and just get into what I'm doing, listening to stories. And there's a lot of crazy things that happen every day, and it's cool to hear them documented on all these podcasts.
Yeah, Val is kind of into that stuff too. She likes to watch Dateline at night when we get in bed, and we kind of have to go back and forth between watching Firewood videos on YouTube or watching Dateline. She doesn't understand how I can fall asleep listening to chainsaws, but
my
we have
wife, she is so used to me watching chainsaw videos. We wake up in the morning and have our coffee, me watching all the videos, because I subscribe to everybody's channels. And then when we eat dinner and we lay down and go to bed, I'm still watching chainsaw videos. And she's like, why?
Yeah, it's a very big community, and there's a lot of channels out there, so it's very difficult to keep up with everybody. I bounce around a lot. I'll try to catch up with this person this week, and then I'll watch this person next week. Here's a good question for you, Jack. And how do you deliver your wood?
So I'm following in Brad's footsteps, and I got myself a Kaufman 7x12 dump trailer. But if it's just a face cord or a third of a cord, I'll put that in the bed of the truck and just deliver that. But
you'll get out of that.
If it's bigger than that, I just bought this dump trailer, and I just got an awesome new truck too.
The Black Beauty.
I joined the Black Beauty Club. I'm pretty proud of that one. It's a very nice truck. I've always wanted the Duramax, and it's not a Cummins like Brad's over here, but
it's a nice looking truck.
It's just as good. Well, I don't know, kind of.
It's brand new, and it's a nice looking truck. So yeah, he drove all the way to North Carolina to the Kaufman plant, just like I did, to pick that trailer up, and I'm pretty sure he's happy with it.
Oh, I love it. It's a very nice trailer.
Yep. Saved a little bit of money by driving down there and getting it factory direct.
And they're still offering cash discounts.
Yep.
Phil?
Phil.
If you call down there, call Phil. He'll take care of you.
Yep, that's who I dealt with as well. So he has got a dump trailer as well. Open Air Adventure is heading over to Jack's to sub, and we'll be right back.
Thank you. Thank you.
It looks like some more people in the backyard with Dell is here, and he just subbed, and we have officially gotten over 100.
Thank you so much,
Tim
everyone.
Stout says we are at 101. Thank you, everybody. That is awesome. That's what this community is all about, helping each other out however we can. Jack, you might want to put sideboards on your trailer.
So that is in the works. My dad's been bugging me too, because he wanted to put them on. My dad lives in Greenville, and I went to North Carolina, picked his trailer up, and then I drove to my dad's, and he wanted to go do it. But I was like, let's just hang out, have some beers. I don't get to see him all the time. But yes, that is in the works. I'm going to do it soon. It's a great idea.
Have you come up with like a color scheme or anything like that? Are you going to stick to the colors of your firewood stand that matches your house, or I don't know if you're like anal like I am, where everything has to like kind of be branded.
I don't want to do red because that's what all your stuff is. So I might go tan. Like it's a cedar tan. It's the stain that I use on my garage.
And red though, right? And they're red.
But I don't know if I can do a red on those sideboards.
Mine are red.
I don't want to copy you.
I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
It, like all of your footsteps.
It doesn't. I am 100% sincere when I tell you, Jack, that I really don't care or mind at all.
We might do the dark red on that I have all my trim on my house. We'll see. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there.
Yep. Joe, I see your comment here, and it just reminded me. Joe's Premium Firewood had his doctor's appointment that he's been waiting several months for today. He finally got into the doctor and seeing somebody new to try to figure out what's been going on with him. Caught a little bit of his live stream today, and basically he doesn't have any answers yet, but they are going to do some more testing and some blood work some nerve testing. It seems like that's the direction they're going in now with the nerve endings. So keep Joe in your prayers and keep thinking about him, that they get him figured out on what's going on there. I know he's been in a lot of pain, and hopefully we're over the hump and he can start getting some answers now that he's had this appointment. So, living the dream. Jack, he just subbed to you. You're at 104.
Thank you so much.
And he says, good evening. Glad to see you there, LTD. William Hall is a fellow metalhead. Most might not enjoy listening to Pantera in the Woodyard.
Pantera is really what got me into listening to heavier music.
Yeah, I think Shive likes some of that heavier stuff too. I see he kind of throws that into some of his videos. So I don't know if you talked to him about that.
Look at T. All we watch are chainsaw videos. I'm sorry, babe, but I love it. Thank you so much for supporting me.
He's got to get you in a video here soon, so that we can all meet you. And I'm going to stop by someday and help Jack in his yard since he's given me so much help. And hopefully I can meet you as well. Maybe you and Val can meet. Is she going to Boonville?
She's going to Boonville, yep.
And Val's going to Boonville as well. So we'll have to get them together so they can meet before that trip.
We're actually going up a day early before Boonville and going to some
Hiking,
castle
right?
On an island, like in between New York and Canada.
Oh, wow.
I forget the name of it, but we're taking her up there. It's her birthday weekend, and she agreed to go to a lumberjack festival with me.
Lumberjack festival.
What? I don't know. It's the Steel Outdoor Days, I believe.
T, is Jack allowed to grow his beard out now?
I'm trying.
It's funny because when I started growing my beard out after I retired, I always said that when I retired, I was going to grow a beard because I never could. I had to shave, and I've told this story before. But I started getting comments from people on my videos. Oh man, you're doing Firewood, so you have to have a beard. You gotta have the look with what you're doing. It really had nothing to do with that. It just kind of worked out that way. Nice shirt, Jack.
Dude, this is the best shirt ever. If you guys haven't got one of these, it's seriously the best motto ever. I'm not lost. I'm just looking for firewood. It's the best. I walked over to my neighbors the other day having a drink, and they just started giggling.
Yep.
Because my neighbors, they support me. I love them. Jack and Kelly, I'm glad they listened to me run my Easton Made and my 500i with the bark box on it, and they just deal with it.
Joe said it took him 7 years to get to 1,000 subs and probably a couple of years to get to 100. Joe's been doing this a long time, though, and the community wasn't nearly as big as it is now. Or, I mean, I don't know because I've only been part of this community for a few years, but I don't know if it was as tight-knit as it is now. That's a good way to put it, Tony. A firewood hobby turned obsession for all of us.
Absolutely. 100% agree.
Yeah, man. Jeff and Patty might be able to tell you what that island is because they are in New York, not too far from Boonville, so they might be familiar with that area up there. You said you didn't remember what it was called?
Taryn knows what it is. I'm sure she'll put it in the comments down below. But it's a castle on an island in between New York and Canada. We have to have a passport to go there. It looks beautiful. I think we have to take a boat there. So it's probably like a little booze cruise to get over there. We'll have lunch and then come back.
There's Rachel checking in. I saw Heath was here earlier, but I don't know if Rachel's just getting here or not. I saw you modeling your cowgirl boots the other day, Rachel. Looks like High C is doing very well for you all up there. People are still subbing, Jack.
Thank you, Bucky.
See that?
I see that one.
That's the color he thinks you should make your channel.
Oh, well, orange and blue.
You know what Jeff wants. Jeff sent me an Amazon link the other day, a text message, and it was a link to Amazon. So I'm thinking, oh, Jeff's probably trying to show me something that might help me in the yard, some kind of tool or something that I can use. I clicked on it, and it was orange and blue Speedos.
Are we going to do that for Bunyan?
I was a little uncomfortable when I opened that up. I said, I don't think that's a great idea. but that is right up Jeff's alley for sure. Here's another question for you, Jack. He says, if you go red on sideboards, people might think you're Brad and call him for Firewood.
I'll still give it to him if they think it's for him.
Oh, man, that's funny. Donna says you have great taste in everything.
What's up, Aunt D?
So I will tell you that I know already just from knowing Jack that he has great taste in wood splitters. He has great taste in chainsaws. He has great taste in friends. I'm not so sure about his music choices, though. I would like to hear him play guitar sometime. Maybe we'll have him back on a live stream and he can play something for us. I don't know. You up for that? Did you ever play live? Did you ever play in a band or anything?
Everything I play is like not people friendly though. It's shredding your ears off.
Oh, gotcha. Just, so you're not going to play.
Ozzy's not here anymore, but you got to put your mean face on and just do it.
So you're not going to play 3 chords in the truth.
Nah.
Shibe wants to know if anybody is going to Ohio Wood Burner this weekend. Talked about that a little bit earlier. I didn't see anybody jump in and say they were going. I know the weather's a little bit iffy down there, but if Saturday holds off and is just cloudy like the weather forecast is calling for, hopefully everybody that goes has a great time and they get some work done for Joe down there. He's got a big move to make and an awesome new wood yard. I can't wait to see where he goes from here because he's got room to spread his wings now for sure. Some more Firewood's here. Says good evening. It's good to see you. I don't know if your dad's here or not, but welcome. Bolt Castle. Is that it?
I believe that's what it is. That sounds familiar.
I'll have to look that up. I've never heard of that.
It looks awesome. Let's see. It looks awesome from the pictures, from everything that my wife's shown me.
Rachel says she wants to go to a castle.
Well, you can join us. We're going the day before Boonville.
There you go.
Meet us up there.
There you go, Rachel. You and Heath can make the trip and meet T and Jack here.
I'm down. It'll be a good time.
The Firewood Hut says he will be at Ohio Wood Burners. He had to get his beard trimmed up like yours.
So I did tell my barber, I said, I want to get it to where it comes down to a point because he was kind of shaping it up just even all the way around. I said, dude, I want it to grow long. And I did take a picture of you like off one of your YouTube videos. I said, look, like this. This is the beard that I want. He's like, all right, we could do that.
Oh, goodness. So my barber told me that if you want to get long, you just got to let it go. Like you can't trim it up. You get some stragglers, some wild ones. You just got to let it go, especially underneath, because you got to let this catch up. Otherwise, you'll just have a curtain hanging down in front of you. It'll be really thin.
Yeah.
So when I go, all he does is trim the mustache. He trims the corners of my lip and down the sides. I don't let him touch anything on the bottom.
I got to do my mustache. Like I got to trim my mouth hole. If I'm eating my mustache,
that happens.
I hate it.
Because I think I'm going to get into the beard contest at Boonville this year.
So if I want to do that, I'm going straight up Fu Manchu, like James Hetfield or Lemmy.
Okay.
Like old Hetfield.
Yeah.
Just shave all this off and just have this with the handlebars twisted out as well.
Yeah. Somebody said there's a beard contest in Boonville and I should enter it. I don't think I'm going to have the length or the size beard to win that thing. But it'll be cool to enter it, something to do, something to have fun and talk about. Darren sent a super sticker. Thank you, sir. Cheers to you, my friend. Definitely appreciate that. And hardworking man right behind there says you need a mullet to be a legit Firewood guy. Cheers to that. I can't grow a mullet anymore. I got plenty of hair on my face, but I can't grow anything on my head anymore.
Well, I had dreadlocks for 4 years.
I saw that when you friend requested me on Facebook. I was like, "Who is this guy?" I started scrolling through your pictures, and I was like, "I'm not sure about this dude."
Yeah. I had dreadlocks. I've had a mohawk. I've had hair down to here, like long hair. I mean, I've done it all,
Yep.
but I haven't done a mullet.
Mullet. That's
Maybe
coming back. I see some of the kids in school are growing
everybody
mullets.
at work and like baseball, like the baseball boys all have mullets.
Yep. Yeah, I see a lot of the kids when I pick Taylor and Brady up from school. A lot of the boys coming out of school are sporting a mullet again.
It's awesome. What's Joe saying? Post shorts.
Where? Right here?
Yep.
Advice for Jack. Post shorts videos to get subs fast. Recently, 2 of mine went viral, and I picked up 1,600 subs from them in 2 months.
That's awesome. So my wife was suggesting, my wife takes awesome photos, and mostly of our dogs, Veda and Gary, and our home and all her plants and all that. But she's a very good photographer. And she suggested I should do a TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, like hit all the social medias, but link it all to YouTube as well. And I see a lot of big YouTube channels do that. They do the shorts and they say, hey, if you want to see more, click the link here and then go to my channel and you can watch more of what we're talking about right now. So that is an idea we're throwing around right now. But I'm going to let her do that because she's so much better at it.
Yeah.
I'm still learning this whole video thing. Like getting in front of the camera and talking to myself, it's very intimidating.
That's normal.
And I need to get the word out of my vocabulary.
I still
say
do that
it all the time. So I'm going to be working on that. My videos will get better. I'm getting more comfortable with the editing software, which brings up a question of mine.
Yes.
I am an Android user, and I'm currently I'm recording everything with my phone, and I'm using Veed.io as a editing software. It's expensive. It's a great program and I'm learning it. But are there any Android users of any other channels here that are using like cheaper or free editing software other than me paying, what's it, 30? It's $36 a month for this.
That you can use with an Android.
That I can use with an Android and my PC.
Yeah. So a lot of us are Apple users. A lot of us use iMovie because it's free. There's a lot of paid editing software out there, but that's one question that he had that I was not able to help him or guide him with at all because I'm not an Android user. So if anybody can help Jack out with that question, throw some ideas or something in the chat so he can explore some of these other options.
And it is Bolt Castle if you go up a little bit. Taryn said that.
Yep, it's called Bold EOLDT Castle.
Bolt.
Have to look that up.
Very beautiful place.
Are any of you Firewood freaks going to make it to Bangor, Maine on May 19th and 20th? I am not. I will be away that weekend. I don't know much about that. Maybe you can give us a little bit of background in the chat there and tell us what that's all about.
Heath, if Jeffrey wears a Speedo, I will too at Bunyan. But you have to tell us before. Jeff, tell me if you're going to do it before. That way I can have it before we get there. I'll do it with you, brother.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to have to, you just said that. And it's
recorded. Said that, yeah, this is live. This is real.
Yep.
We'll do it. I'm okay. I look good in a Speedo.
Oh, gosh.
Beer belly and everything.
All right. We're catching up here. Question. Jack, can you play Johnny Be Good? That's not.
Is that the song from Back to the Future that Homie played in that?
I don't know. It's an old song.
I don't. It's not ringing a bell.
Go Johnny, go Johnny, be good.
I don't think I can. I probably could if I listened to it. I've never been taught anything. I've always learned by ear. So I'm sure I could play it if I practiced. We'll try.
You can play anything if you know 3 chords.
Absolutely.
Might not sound like it, but you can sing along to it.
Yeah. Oh, and my mom says hi, Boo Bear.
Hi, Boo Bear. Is that your nickname?
So my mom, she called me Boo Boo growing up forever. And then, I think in high school, I was like, why do you always call me Boo Boo? And so she changed it to Boo Bear, which is okay. It's my mom. That's my rock. Without that woman, absolutely. I don't know who I would be today. I love you, Mom. And Aunt D, she raised me when Mom was working all the time. So, I mean, both of you guys are awesome. I love you.
That's cool. That is awesome. That's how you become who you are, for sure.
100%.
The way you're raised, it plants the seeds and ultimately determines who you are. Shab has a question. Jack, I have to come down and check out your wood yard and put in some work.
Dude, I'm 10 minutes away from Brad.
Yeah, man.
And then Brad and I can come to you.
Yeah, I haven't been up to his place yet.
Well, let's plan it.
We should.
I'm down.
We got
maybe we can bring WD-30.
Yeah, maybe we could.
I'm sure
he would make the trip. Yeah, we just have to plan it ahead of time.
Mhm.
Once I know, so I can put a date on the calendar and lock it in. Last minute things don't normally work out for me.
My overtime schedule is booked this summer, so like my weekends are limited, but if we figure something out, I'm down.
Let's do it. Firewood Hut says that Joe from Ohio Woodburner said there'll be several live streams, so look for that on Saturday. Awesome. Richard wants to know if you got your truck fixed yet, Shive. With the transmission problems he had going on there, I'm not sure if he got that back yet or not. He's been pretty busy here last week or so. So, yep, he said he got it back. I'm a little behind in the chat. So far, so good. He hasn't towed with it yet. Well, good. I'm glad you got it back, buddy.
Did Shive have a 1500 or 2500?
I'm pretty sure his is a 2500.
Is it? I know it's a beautiful truck.
Yeah, it's a nice looking truck. He was playing tow truck the day of the fellowship.
Yep, I remember that.
He was pulling people out of the mud.
Pulling the other hardworking man. Ron Doyle. Is that his name? Was it Ron
Yes,
Doyle?
I think that's it.
Man, Ron Doyle. He was pulling him out of the mud.
Yep. Oh, super chat from Shab. Speak of the devil. To everyone going to the Ohio Woodburner Open House, have a great time, rain or shine. Yes, sir. Cheers. Thank you, Shab. It'll be a good time no matter what. I can tell you that. I'm sure that Joe, if they're calling for rain, will have some kind of cover for everybody. And even if you can't get the amount of work done that maybe that you would have, just meeting everybody and having a camaraderie and hanging out with everybody will be well worth the trip, I am sure.
And he's going to have food trucks there, he said.
Yeah, I heard that.
Awesome.
Yep. Well, he talked to me the other day and asked me if I had porta potties at mine. I said, yeah, you're definitely going to need that. So I'm pretty sure he's going to have the facilities taken care of as well. I did send him a copy of the little waiver form that I made, just kind of cover my butt with people running saws and splitters and hand tools and picking up heavy logs. Try to kind of, let people know what they're getting into and that they're on their own at their own risk. So I'm sure he'll have something like that as well to protect him a little bit. So don't be alarmed if you see that. It's just something you gotta do these days. And right behind Shive's super chat, we've got another one from Dick, old guy, Firewood. Heath, you can be bald and be a firewood guy too. Yes, sir. Cheers, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you again here soon. Brandon says he's got the same shirt, Jack.
Dude, this is the best shirt. And I love that they're bright colors. You should have yellow and orange. If we're making shirts, we work in a commercial industry, make safety colors. This is a nice bright shirt, so if you're in the woods, people are going to see it. Shive did the same thing. He's got orange. I love it. I love his shirt I've got from him too.
Yep. Len, keep him busy, says it takes guts to be in front of the camera. It's something you just have to get used to. I remember when I first started, if you look back at my first couple videos, I'm kind of a lot more soft-spoken, not really looking at the camera a whole lot, looking at the ground a lot, kind of looking around. But it's just something that you learn. And I remember one of my biggest problems was talking to the camera out in the middle of the field. And, somebody comes down the driveway or the neighbors are out in their yard and they see me standing there in the middle of the field talking. And they have no idea that I'm recording. It's kind of like walking up to somebody in the supermarket that has a Bluetooth earpiece talking on the phone. And you're looking at them like, are you talking to me? Yeah, you don't understand what's going on. Like, who are you talking to? So it takes kind of something. It takes a little bit of time to get over that as well, but you get used to it, and the welcoming community and the feedback that you get gives you the drive to keep on pushing through. So this is what I told him, Shad. This is exactly what I told him. Get an iPhone and a Mac, and it'll be much easier. He's not on board with the whole Apple.
I've never been a fan of Apple. iTunes ruined me when I burned too many Metallica CDs years ago, and they completely wiped out my entire music collection. And like I said, music is my life. And ever since then, and I was literally burning CDs for myself. I wasn't distributing them to friends because I would put CDs in my CD player back then and throw them around my car. So I'd have to burn another one. But ever since iTunes did that to me, I have never been a fan of Apple. But everybody keeps telling me to just go Apple, so I may end up doing that. But I was just seeing if anybody had any other options that I could work with.
I haven't seen anything come through either. Have you?
We're also getting to that, though.
We're behind. Oh, we're way behind.
Yeah. Joe's Firewood, thanks for 110, brother.
Subscriber number 110, Joe's Premium Firewood. Mountaintop Outdoors, Jack. I just have to see if they're going to want us to wear hairnets.
We don't have any hair for hairnets.
Goodness gracious. I don't.
And thank you, Shai, for plugging the channel, man.
Yep, he keeps throwing it in there.
Doing an awesome job. Thank you, brother.
Open Air Adventure says he uses smartphones and one GoPro. He bought a Vegas video and things seem okay.
Vegas video.
Vegas video. I don't know if you want to write that down.
The Veed.io. I can write it in my notes. The Veed.io is awesome. It's just expensive. So it's $38 a month, or it's $360 for the year. And that's outrageous to me.
That's high. That's high.
But they include, I have a free royalty-free music library through them with this, and I have like Pro Tools to do all kinds of editing. So I don't know if I keep doing these videos and I get used to the program, maybe I'll want to keep doing that, or maybe I'll just go and start doing the iPhone stuff.
then I can teach you iMovie and.
Well, that's everything I've watched on YouTube, because I've asked YouTube the same question, and everybody with an Android says go to Veed, but everybody else says just do iMovie. And I messaged Jake from Dude Ranch DIY, and very helpful guy. I was grateful.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I'm grateful that he reached out to me, and he was like, "Look, I have an iPhone, and when I started doing this, I got a Mac also." I'm like, "Man, everybody's doing this, so maybe I'll have to do it, but we'll see. Baby steps."
Well, I mean, I think the whole iPhone and Android are so different. Their platforms and the way they operate are so different that once you learn one, you don't even want to deal with the other.
Well, they gave us iPads at work, and I can't operate the thing. I had to have my manager I'm like, dude, can you school me on this? I'm stuck in the 80s with technology.
Rachel says, place your Speedo orders with Patty, and she'll bring the goods.
Okay.
Oh, man, I will be absent for that whole debacle.
Will you?
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be there.
I don't know. I might be a little phobic. I don't know. That's going to be something. That would have to be a late night, I think.
Do they have a heated pool? It might be a cold plunge.
I don't know. They have an indoor pool.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right inside, right behind the lobby where we did the live stream, there's an indoor pool. So.
Jeff, Speedo's in the pool.
Oh, God.
Let's do it, brother.
Cannonball for Jeff. Goodness gracious. Look what we've started here tonight. Super chat. Core Wing Greg Container Systems. Here's to you, bearded brothers from up in Ontario. Thank you, sir. Definitely appreciate that. And cheers to you. That's cool. Carolina Tractor Works sent you an email, Jack.
Roger that. Thank you.
So
I'll get back to you soon.
Yep. If you weren't here earlier when we talked about Jack's email, I put it in the chat earlier, but I will put it in here again. It is Log Cabin Firewood 83 at gmail.com. If you would like to send Jack a sticker for the 916, send him an email and he will be able to put that on his Easton Made 916. James, yeah, man, you missed all kinds of stuff. We've been talking about Jack's new channel here, Log Cabin Firewood. Jack is my good friend that I met through the Firewood Fellowship at the Furnace event. He lives very close by to me. He has started his own YouTube channel, Log Cabin Firewood, and we're trying to kickstart that for him and get him going and welcome him to this community. So head on over there and give him a sub. That would be great. Thanks for jumping in here. Brandon said he was thinking Steelers colors for probably for your shirt.
Steelers colors. Sorry, we're in Ravens country. Like, I can't do the Steelers, man.
Yeah, that's enemy territory here. If you go just north of here, about 20, 30 minutes, you're back in Eagles and Steelers country.
Yeah.
But we're kind of in the Ravens territory here. No mullet?
Come on, Teresa. I've done everything in life. I may as well have a mullet. I don't know. Ever since I cut my dreads off, I've maintained a nice, well manicured look. Before, I did concrete work for 15 years before the railroad, and I just kind of let myself go because I was working in the mud all day, every day. And now I actually have a decent job. I work with decent human beings. I like looking presentable, but a mullet would look good on me. I could see it. Look, the hair just flowing down in the back.
There you go. So Heath has a suggestion here for you. He says they use Filmora. Okay. He started using it on his phone. It was an iPhone, but Rachel does it on the computer now.
Filmora.
So that's another idea for you.
Okay.
I've heard of that one before. I don't know anything about it, but I have heard about that one. So maybe that's
Filmora.
Maybe that'll help you out or be a little cheaper or something.
Yeah, because this is just a hobby for me. I really don't want to spend a bunch of money doing it.
Tony wants to know what the drone is that everyone is using. I don't know what everyone else is using. I have an older drone that's right here. It's a DJI Phantom. It's kind of the bigger one, but I don't really use it a lot because if your channel is monetized, you get into some sketchy territory with having to have the license to fly the drone. It's okay if you're doing it for recreational use, but if you use it for commercial use, you're supposed to have a license, like a pilot's license, a drone pilot's license. And I don't know what the repercussions of that would be, but I've kind of gone away from using the drone. But maybe somebody else can give you some ideas or some more insight on that.
So what if I fly the drone and you just use the footage?
Are you licensed?
No.
Well, you'd be in the same boat. But that's a good question. If somebody is licensed and they fly the drone, I don't know if that would work or not.
No Mac for me, York Firewood.
Hey, there's Ken. Good to see you, Ken. I saw the boy went to a Orioles game. I didn't get to check out the video yet, but I did see that he went. I bet he had an awesome time. That's really cool. Hopefully we'll get to meet up with you again here soon. John says he has a DJI Mavic Pro. It tends to get blocked for live streaming because it's Chinese and it's subject to extra FAA location blocking. Yeah, so where I'm at, I'm not too far from Aberdeen Proving Ground, which has a lot of restricted airspace. So depending on where you are in my area, sometimes it won't even let you take off. Outdoors in the 608 says Apple all the way. It took me a while, but I'm so glad when I switched. Can you say airdrop? You don't even know what airdrop is, do you?
I don't.
I could have a video on my phone right now. Hold it next to your phone, hit a button, and you got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No emailing, no uploading, downloading.
So can you use the airdrop to make your videos? Can you just airdrop it right to YouTube?
I don't think you can do that.
Oh, okay. You still have to upload it.
You still have to upload it. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Mountaintop Outdoors says they use their iPhone and they have a Mac. Made life easy when editing. I'm telling you, it's the way to go,
That's
buddy.
what everybody's telling me.
You might have to make the switch. Oh, goodness, Patty. Speedo or skinny dipping? I don't know.
That might be a late night.
Goodness gracious.
Speedos for sure. We got to keep it
Oh,
PG.
gosh. I just saw my email that I put in for you. I'm way behind in the chat. RG Productions, have you thought about posting on Rumble? Super chat. Thank you, sir. Cheers to that.
I have a Rumble account, but not for my channel yet. That is a good suggestion. Maybe I could do that.
I don't know what Rumble is.
Rumble is a very open-minded platform.
Like a social media platform?
It's a very conservative, open-minded platform.
So like Truth Media or Truth, whatever that
Rumble
was?
was before Truth. But yes, same idea, same concepts.
So a lot of these conservative social media platforms, I feel like never really took off. Is there a pretty good following with that, or is it?
I just watch a few things on there every now and then. I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't want to talk politics.
Yeah. I have to check Rumble out. I did have a Truth account for a while, but I felt like it wasn't.
I know Dan Bongino has a lot to do with Rumble. I believe he was a big stakeholder in its start. I think that's where, when he got kicked off of YouTube, or he said goodbye to YouTube, that's where he started doing all his stuff. But yes, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll consider that as well. I'll do all the social medias. Rumble's a good idea. Thank you.
So I will tell you that, like, I've thought about doing Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that kind of stuff. But as your channel grows, it will get to be a lot to try to keep up with everybody, because I try not to ignore comments. I mean, I read every single comment I get on every single video, and I might not reply to a comment if it's not a question, but I will, either like or love the comment to let that person know that I have seen it and kind of acknowledge it. Mm-hmm. Emails, I get a lot of emails from subscribers and from other companies and things like that, and I always respond to emails with questions. And I feel like the more branches that you have coming out, the more difficult it is going to be to keep up.
I agree with that. But if you just, like, when I messaged Jake gave me his number, but I lost it. He gave me his card.
I'll give it to you when we get
I think I still have it. It's at the house in my toolbox somewhere. But I messaged him on Instagram on their Dude Ranch DIY channel. And it was like a day and a half later. He's like, look, dude, here's my number. Message me if you need something. I'll get right back to you.
Yeah.
But he was like, I don't always check this, because he's got a business
he's
he's running on the side as well. And, that's what he makes that's his bread and butter. But just, set aside a few minutes a day to check everything. Yeah.
If you can do that, that's good. You go down kind of a rabbit hole, and if you let it get too far ahead of you, it's going to take more than a few minutes to get caught back up.
I want to be, personable with everybody too. When I start getting comments and all that, I want to chat with everybody too. And that's what this is all about.
Jeffrey sending me a text message with the link to the swimsuits for you there, Jack.
Okay. If I buy this thing, you better buy one too.
Well, you have to coordinate. One of you have to wear orange, and one of you have to wear blue.
Yes, we could do orange and blue.
Open Air Adventures heading out. He said, this is the best live chat ever, but I got to go to bed, unfortunately. Thanks for the great chat. It's been great. Love from Nova Scotia, Canada. Catch you on the next one. Have a good night, Kenny. I'm glad you were able to hang out, and I hope you get a good night's rest. Appreciate you being here for sure. Another super sticker here from Darren. Thank you, buddy. Definitely appreciate that. It looks like it's time to top off here.
You can give me a little nip or two.
You want another little nip?
Yep.
Or two?
That's fine. Whatever you
there you go.
Feel is appropriate.
You're not going to shoot it, right? Just try to sip it. Don't cough and hack and go crazy on me.
Well, I'm
Just
gonna have
sip
to chase it. I'm not a man like you.
No, it's an acquired taste. You have to get used to it.
It's definitely the flavor of this bourbon is delicious.
It is.
It's
really
I
good.
can't sip it without getting heartburn. I'd have to eat like a handful of Tums before we do this. So he's got a
Catching up here. Shive says his cousin started a channel the other day also. Well, throw it in there. I know I'm behind on the chat. Maybe you already did. Let us know what it is, what the name of it is, what it's about. We need to get Sam going. Like, get him really ramped up on the YouTube thing. He's not camera shy anymore. Old Sushi Sam, he's been on the videos enough now where he should be comfortable. Oh, yeah. Here's Matt Weimer. He's a Steelers fan.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I don't really participate in many sports, but I'm still root for the home team. I'm still an Orioles fan and a Ravens fan.
Yeah, Orioles aren't doing too bad. They got a young team that's holding their own this year, so that's cool.
Yeah,
it's nice to have a home team that you can watch win once in a while. He says she doesn't want you to have a mullet because the women won't leave you alone.
There's only one woman in my heart. I don't care how many women want to bother me.
Oh, isn't that awesome? Hey, Jack's talking about growing a mullet, and I've been trying to convince Val to let me shave my head completely bald. Like, I'm fighting a losing battle here. I mean, come on.
You're all right. You still have hair, though. It would look cool, though. I do like that look, like a clean-shaven head with the beard.
Yeah, without the beard, it looks weird. But with the beard, I think.
Yeah, with the beard and with no hair and big beard, it's a really good look.
I might try it because it'll only take me a couple weeks to grow back what I've got.
Why not? You only live once.
It only grows it grows where it grows, and where it doesn't, it doesn't. So it doesn't take long.
All right, so York uses CyberLink Power Director 365.
CyberLink Power. What do you pay for that, Ken? Is it expensive? Is it free? Is it because I feel like Jack is overpaying right now for what he's using? You got that?
CyberLink Power Director 365. Cool.
Is Danny watching, Ken? If Danny's watching, say hello to Danny, everybody. Woo! Woo! That's what Danny loves to do. He's a hardworking dude, that guy. I can't wait to see him again either. If we do the fellowship again next year, which I think we will, hopefully Ken and Danny can make the trip back down again with their Axis.
And I want to run it this time.
Yeah, you definitely got to run it this time. York is going to the Ohio Woodburner open house. So
very nice.
That's somebody else that will be there.
Jack, can you show us a pic of your dreads?
Oh, gosh. It's on your Facebook, isn't it?
It is.
All right. Stand by here for a minute. I'm going to try to pull this up and see if I can share it, if you don't mind, Jack.
No, not at all.
Okay. I guess I should have asked first.
No, you're cool. I'm good.
Let's see what we got here. It's one of your old profile pictures, right?
I believe so.
Oh, there it is. There we go.
There you go. You can share that one.
Let me share the screen here. Hopefully this will work. There you go. There's Jack with dreads. Let me see. How can I do this? There we go.
That was me with dreads. I think I cut them off. It was before I joined the railroads. That was like 9 years ago. I cut them off.
Yeah. How long did it take you? How long did you not wash your hair?
So, funny thing, you have to wash your hair every day. Well, I did concrete work. So I was in the mud, the dirt, the dust, concrete dust. You just can't dig in like you can now. You have to just open palm it. So I did wash my hair every single day. And
so what causes the hair to like get nappy, for lack of a better term?
So greasy hair will not lock. It has to be dry, clean hair. So I grew my hair out for a year and a half. So it was probably down to here, like maybe touching my shoulders. And then we locked it up, which is you sanction everything off into like little 1-inch squares. and then you just take each square at a time and you back comb it towards the scalp, and you just keep back combing, and you use beeswax to get it to lock up.
Oh, okay.
And you roll it. And I only used the beeswax for maybe 2 months. Let me rephrase that. My wife only used the beeswax. She was living vicariously through me, so she did the dreads on me. But yeah, I only used the beeswax for a short amount of time, and after that, they just naturally grow, and they just keep growing and locking because that's what they're growing into. And I put some beads in it. I looked like, I was a little hippie boy.
You're jamming some Bob Marley on the guitar?
I do. The day I came over here and helped you last time, I was jamming Bob Marley.
Oh, there's my mom in the chat here. She said, oh, she's the only one that calls me Bradley, by the way. I said firewood at the furnace is just a hobby too. I still say it's a hobby.
That's all I'm doing. It's just having fun.
Yeah, I still think it's a hobby. It's a pretty serious hobby, but it's still a hobby. She says, good luck to you, Jack, and she's subscribing to your channel as well.
Thank you, Mom.
S'more Firewood uses GoPro, iPhone, Mac, and iMovie.
And Tony uses the Mac also. That's what everybody says.
Brandon said he heard Rumble is hard to use. We're so far behind in the chat, but we're going to catch up here. Question here. Rumble is very similar to YouTube, but they have way more free speech available, and their stock and popularity is skyrocketing in the last several months. Back 40 Firewood posts to Rumble as well. I'm going to check that out. I think I've heard of that. I just didn't really know what it was. Jeffrey says, if you order your Mac from Apple, you can get a discount. You click that you're a student. They don't ask, and it's 0 interest for 12 months. $73 a month. Can't beat it.
Okay.
I've never used a Mac. I mean, I'm on a Windows computer right now for this live stream, and I've tried to use a Mac before, and even having an iPhone and an iPad, Macs are definitely different than a Windows computer.
I told my boss the other day, I said, I'm going to have to go to like Cecil Community College and like take an Apple course to learn how to run these things. And he's like, dude, you're not that old. I'm like, but I don't understand Apple.
If you don't keep up with the technology, it does get ahead of you. I mean, my daughter teaches me stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I'm pretty savvy for what I'm doing, but she shows me easier ways to do things. And Alan Lane, aka North Gnome Firewood. Hi, Brad and Jack, subscriber 113. Good luck on the channel, and he'll be watching.
Thank you so much.
That's cool. There's no chaser with bourbon. Amen, Andy. He'll get there.
All right, here we go.
He's in training. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Put it down. You're good.
My lips are burning and everything.
You'll be just fine. Yeah, Dick.
Sorry, guys.
He says, Brad, be careful. You might be seeing double bullseyes tomorrow. Yeah, I do need to be careful. We are into overtime, and I'm on my third pour.
Second or third?
I think my third pour. So, yeah, I got to start being careful here. I don't shoot till 9, so I'll be able to sleep in a little bit. Ken wants to know if anybody else is going to the Ohio Wood Burner open house. If you are, drop that in the chat. I'm never going to live this down either. Jared Hildebrandt says, Nate, grow the Gallagher mullet. So Nate is definitely a name that is going to, I guess, it's stuck.
I think it's awesome.
I'm going to have to embrace it because it's something that Ram Splitter sent me a package and addressed it to Nate. No idea who Nate is. If you missed that whole series of videos where I was dealing with all that. But Nate has definitely stuck. So my name is Brad, if you don't know. But Nate is something that I get called weekly now. I mean, almost every week when I post a video, somebody calls me Nate.
That's funny.
Ken says he'll definitely be at the fellowship next year. Awesome. The Axis, I think, was probably the hit of the day.
Yes, it makes beautiful firewood.
Yeah. Yep. Mullet, business in the front, party in the back. He says he finally gets to run an Axis in a few weeks at the Hoosier Firewood Hysteria. Yeah, so that's K&L Firewood, and them guys are going to be putting that on. I wish I could be there. It looks like it's going to turn out to be a pretty good event. I'm pretty sure that's the one at K&L Firewood. Andy says, were dreads probable cause? Well, that would be called profiling. But I'm sure Jack can probably attest to.
Back then, yes, it was probable cause. Now, no, not at all.
I mean, I told you earlier when he sent me a friend request and I didn't know who he was, and I started scrolling through his pictures and I saw that. I was like, I'm not so sure who this guy is. Or
man, who's this guy?
Right. So
I'm a man of many looks.
it's kind of like tattoos. I mean, I got some tattoos. I've got both half sleeves on both arms. I've got a tattoo on my back. So, I mean, if people see me with a beard and tattoos, they probably think I'm somebody I'm not. So you can't judge a book by its cover. And I guess me and him are both proof of that.
Absolutely.
Brad, are you making 60% of your income off of firewood? I would say no. I mean, I have a pension from the state police. I have an income from my part-time job. I would say no. I would say probably like 30 or 40%. Maybe.
You'd have to sell 100 cords a year to make that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if it's that much. So yes, it's still a hobby if that's what you're insinuating. It is still a hobby. I guess if you're 60%, if more than half of your income was firewood, it's a business.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. The cool kids for Paul Bunyan this year are staying at the same place we did last year, the Fairfield Inn. And that is where the party is. Back 40's live stream will be there, hopefully in the lobby again. The employees there and the staff there were more than welcoming for us. It was definitely a party. So Jeff and Patty and Andrew and the Easton Made crew were all staying down the street a little bit, but they made the trip up. I think they're staying at the same place that they were at last year again. But everybody will congregate at the Fairfield Inn. That is where the party is. So cool kids, Fairfield Inn. That's where you're staying, right?
Absolutely.
Here's the link to Shive's cousin's channel. He put it in the chat. Outdoors for sure. I think that's what that says.
Outdoors for sure. Let's look it up. I'll do it right now.
Teresa says, I'm so cool to help Jack. Just paying it forward. I'm just paying it forward.
I love you, man.
There's people in this chat right now that have helped me. There's people not in this chat right now that have helped me. And if I can give back a little bit, things come full circle. And I'm a believer in karma too. Yep, Joe Dodge Firewood from the Sawmill. Most of the cool kids are staying at the Fairfield Inn in Cambridge, but I'm not cool. I'm staying at the hotel 20 minutes away. Well, you're still welcome to come to the lobby, my friend. You can certainly join us. Dick's going to get up with you, Jack, to send you a sticker.
Awesome.
He's heading out. Have a great night, Dick. I'm glad you made it here, and I'm sure Jack would love to have a sticker. And when he gets his, I'm sure he'll be sending those out as well.
Most definitely.
Don't forget, if you're still hanging out, we're going to give away a Firewood at the Furnace whiskey glass here at the end with the monthly trivia question from this past month's video. So I haven't forgotten that. I know we're way into overtime, but looks like there's still a good group of people in here, so we'll keep going for a little bit anyway. I don't know if you have a time you need to get out of here, Jack.
I'm here until you kick me out.
Patty says, don't forget about the aliens. So I know this always comes up when we talk about Paul Bunyan, but if you haven't heard the story, it was late in the night in the lobby of the hotel at Paul Bunyan. We had all been partaking. And this carload of people showed up. I guess came in to use the bathroom or something. They parked out right in front of the hotel lobby and walked in. And they were all wearing like these face masks and shields and like crazy looking apparatus on their head. And Shibe was front and center, and he let them know that what we thought about them. And they looked at us like we were crazy, but
Were they LARPers?
we were looking at them like they were crazy. So I don't think they'll be back again this year, but that's what the aliens is all about that Patty talks about. Ken says, when you helped me, I had 76 subscribers. I'm now over 400. Well, we're going to keep you moving there, Ken. If you're not subscribed to York Firewood, help him out. He brought the Axis to the fellowship, and he's going to bring it again next year. You'll see him at Ohio Woodburners open house. Him and Danny are awesome people. So give him a little bit of love also if you can. If you haven't already, he says he's shooting for 1,000.
Aren't we all, brother?
Rolando, he says I helped him out a lot too. I mean, I will help anybody out I can. People help me out. Still to this day, people help me out. So that's kind of like a give and take thing. I guess I'm kind of repeating myself, but everything comes full circle. Some more Firewood's heading to bed. Everybody stay safe. Have a good night. Outside with Mom and the boys, how are you? No pictures of the aliens I want to see. There was pictures. I think Patty took a picture. I don't have it to show you. If I did, I would put it up on the screen for you right now. But it was quite the sight. Yeah, man. And here is the link to York Firewood's channel. Shibe threw that in the comments, so that is awesome. Just trying to make sure that I covered everything on my list here before we wrap things up. If nobody has any more questions for Jack or I. Oh, Patty just sent me the photo. So we're going to get it. I'm going to put it up here. Oh, gosh, she's got a couple of them.
Oh, wow.
All right, let me share the screen here again. And I will show you the picture of the aliens. Oh, gosh. Figure it out. I think it's this one. Nope, it's this one. I'm going to have to enlarge this for y'all. There's one. That apparatus. Here's the next one. Let me find it. Might have to go back here. It's this one, I think. There we go.
Wow, they have like face shields.
Oh, where'd it go? Let me put it back up here. Sorry about that. There we go. That's the next one.
That's funny.
And there's another one. This was in the lobby of the hotel late in the night when everybody was primed up. And I can tell you that we kind of made it uncomfortable for them. But that's the pictures. There you go. Let me figure out where we're at here. I know you're Brad, not Nate. 100%. You've done good for a lot. You're a great man. My brother is a police officer. Well, I hope your brother stays safe. I don't know how long he's been on or how much longer he has left, but it's definitely a wild ride. And I mean, it was a good career for me, and I'm very thankful for what I learned, what I saw, the people that I helped. But it's definitely a different job now than it was when I started it. So I hope he stays safe all the time, watches his six, and doesn't get complacent. John said, Patty, get the pick. Well, she came through for everybody. Jeff said that Brad helped us out along with Shive and Back 40. We're only a month and a half and have 465 subs. Well, a lot of people knew Jeff and Patty already just through the community and you know their partnership with Easton Made at the shows and being part of the Woodhound community, being on the live streams and in the chats. So
I'm surprised they didn't have a channel long before.
Yeah, I mean,
as much as they're involved with everybody.
We all told them, you know, I've been telling them for a while, I can't believe you guys don't have a channel.
The only reason I'm doing this is because you said do it. Just do it.
I will. Yep, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Camping Creek, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate you being here. And James says he can't wait to join the party at Bunyan this year. I think we might possibly double the party that we had last year. And the lobby was pretty full last year. I think Dan is probably going to have to make an adjustment to the live stream because it got pretty loud in there in the lobby while the live stream was going on. It was louder in person than it came through on the stream. But if we have double the people or close to double the people this year, we may have to do something different. He may have to be like behind closed doors somewhere and everybody else be in the lobby and call people in to be on the live as it goes through the night, because it's going to be definitely going to be bigger this year than it was last year. Round the yard, take care, have a good night. Looks like some people are dropping out now. We are almost 2 hours in here. Wow. Still 117 people in here. Once we drop below 100, we'll go ahead and sign off, but we'll hang out for a few more minutes. Were they COVID masks? I think they weren't. I mean, COVID was over at that point, but I think that they were probably still COVID fearful.
That's what it looked like.
Well, while some people are still in here, before everybody starts dropping out, let's do the giveaway. Firewood at the Furnace. Actually, it's not just the whiskey glass, as you know. We can. Let me find it here. You can have your choice of the whiskey glass, the beer mug, or a set of shot glasses. It's up to you. You get to pick. If you're the winner of the trivia question tonight, you get to pick. So the trivia question tonight, this is kind of a hard one, so I do have a backup question if nobody can guess it. Oh, wow. Brad gave me my first shout out. Super appreciative to be a part of the awesome community. Well, Tony, that's awesome. I love to hear that because sometimes I don't realize, you know, those kind of things. And that's cool to know. I appreciate it. Anyway, the question for tonight: how many days did the doctor prescribe steroids to me for my absolutely horrible case of poison ivy that I dealt with a couple weeks ago? I need to know how many days of steroids that I was on. I mentioned it in a video. I think not this past video, but the video before. And if anybody can guess that, then they win the prize. Let me back up here because the chat just jumped ahead. 17. Boom. Joe Dodge, Firewood from the Sawmill. 10 days is correct. I thought that was going to be a tough question. But, man, you guys were on it. So 10 days is the winner. You will get to pick whatever you want. Shot glasses, beer mug, or whiskey glass. You were on top of that tonight, so that is awesome. I did see a couple questions go by here. Thank you all for participating in our trivia question again this month. Alien themed party this year. Everybody bring their alien costumes for the live stream. Wouldn't that be something? Aliens and Speedos.
There we go. It's me and Jeff, baby.
And we're going to have separate rooms for you freaks. Yeah, we need to give Shive a woo for keeping up with all these links tonight to help out these other channels. So on the count of three, we'll give Shive a woo. 1, 2, 3. Woo! That's for you, Shibe. So that TB gave that suggestion, and that's absolutely correct. Appreciate him helping everybody out, finding these new channels to help out. Kevin has a question. Has anyone checked with the hotel for Bunyan if they have a small hall or large social room that you can all use instead of the lobby? That's something that Dan, I think, checked with last year. I think he just asked to use actually, last year, they had a fire pit that they were putting up out back. And the original plan was to have the live stream outside around the fire pit. But the weather was really chilly and cold, so we kind of moved the party. Well, Dan moved the live stream into the lobby, thinking that everybody would stay outside around the fire pit and watch the live stream. But that didn't work out. Everybody congregated in the lobby right in front of Dan. So I don't know if he'll try to figure something out different this year. I'm thinking he probably will. But if the weather's good, it might be cool to sit outside around the fire during the live stream and have, if somebody wants to be on the live stream or he wants to call somebody up, we can have runners go back and forth to bring people in. A lot of correct guesses there for the medicine. Man, that was probably the worst case I ever had. I mean, I've had it pretty bad before, but that was bad.
You sent me that picture, and I was like, oh, wow. You look like the Fly.
Yeah. I look like I got beat up, like in a brutal fight with somebody. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. We're approaching 2 hours here. There's still 113 people in here, but I have to shoot in the morning and qualify for my annual renewal. It looks like we're going to have a wet weekend coming up, but we'll make the best of it. I've got some stuff coming that I'm working on for some content that I'll be able to do inside here to get ready for to show you all. And I guess that's going to be it.
And thank you, everybody, for subscribing to my channel as well. It means the world to me.
Yeah, man. Tell your friends about Jack's channel. If there's anybody that you talk to through the chat that's not on the live stream here tonight, let them know about it and help Jack out. Let's get him moving. Let's get him on board here. And can't wait to watch him grow. So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up. Have a great night, everybody. Cheers.